Hi guys, well, I finished my hedge trimming a while ago, and I'm down here on a bit of common that I manage under higher level stewardship. And you might think, well, what do I mean by manage it? Well, my job really is to stop the scrub invasion on this bit of land and to basically keep it as open grassland. It's unimproved grassland, which means it's got a lot of different species of flowers and things like that on it, which you don't find in a cultivated land on most farms. So I basically spend a few hours every year just topping it off. Ideally I like to take a hay cut, but it's not particularly great for hay, and the problem is you get a lot of rubbish in it. I bet you I can find some. Here we go. Someone's drink can chucked down there, very nice. There's also some toilet paper over there, which isn't too good. I'm not going to look too closely at that. I'll pick that up later. I found an engine gearbox down here before. I found all sorts. I found telephone directories, a lot of fruity magazines, which we won't go into. When I was younger, we used to find those. Don't find that these days. Anyway, I'm going to get going on that. I'm going to leave this on a tripod so that you can film a little bit of what I'm doing, and I'll have a quick look when we finished at the sort of difference between the ground once it's topped and when it's beforehand, if you like. But we'll have a quick look. I'll just have a quick look now and show you what I'm trying to achieve. Okay. Well, you can see the state of what's here. There's a lot of dead, rank, old sort of ground, old grass, bits of. Look at that. You can just see old. What's that, cow parsley or something? But also, if you can see the nettles, not the nettles, the brambles are coming back up here. Look at that. That's only 1 year's growth since I topped it last year, and that's going all the way along there. And it's putting a fresh lead down in the ground there. So I've got to keep doing this because it wouldn't take long for it to all revert back just to scrubland, really. So that's my job today. Not a particularly pleasant day, and there's a lot of water still about. I haven't had any fertiliser on yet because it's too wet. Look at that. It's in the ditch, but it's also sitting on top of the field over there. So anyway, I'm going to just get going, and we'll have a quick look when I've done a bit of this. I won't finish it today, I think. This could well get jammed up because it's a bit wet at the moment. You see it sticks. You can see that's from where I was just doing a bit of topping on the ground down the lane, and it's stuck on there. Anyway, I'm going to climb in and get going. A nice day. we go. So I'm busy doing this now. I'm trying not to sculpt the ground too much actually. My main concern is when I'm looking down there is if I put it too close to the ground, it kind of, you end up dragging the flail heads along the floor, and don't really want to do that. So I'm sort of adjusting it slightly because I'm on a very uneven ground here. This is actually a common. I've got grazing rights on this, believe it or not. I could bring cattle down here, and it used to be done years ago. People used to graze their cattle on here, but realistically now I'm right next to a very busy road. You'd have to fence it with some sort of temporary fencing, which I wouldn't trust because I have experienced people just tend to nick things like that. And what I don't want is a phone call at 8 o'clock at night saying your cattle are on the road. So basically I just top it. I have taken the hay cut off like I said before. The quality was pretty awful to be honest, and we ended up using it as bedding. So in the ideal world you would take a hay cut off here to remove some of the nutrition from the ground for the benefit of the flowers, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, we'll just turn this around. You can just see me behind. I've probably left a little bit of a line. I'll go pretty slow because it's not a race. Let me have a look. So yeah, so this is what I always do at the end of the hedge trimming season. This is my last job because I'm not allowed to do hedge trimming once the end of February starts. Once we get to the end of February. So it's better I get the hedge trimming done first, and then this can be like a thing to do at the end. So we'll have a look. I'm going to go up once to the end. I've got the tripod at the end. I'm going to go far back to the tripod, and then we'll have a look at what I've achieved, or tried to achieve. I can see it's very wet on here. I wouldn't dream of driving, if this is our field, I wouldn't dream of driving on it, but because it's a marshy bit of common, it doesn't really matter if I leave a few wheel marks behind, because it doesn't, well, that's just the way it is. Anyway, I'm going to keep going until we get to the end of this one up, one down bit that I've done. Okay, so there we go. I can see let me just wipe the lens off. It's pretty wet on here. It's not a very good day really. Have I made a better job or worse job than that? I don't know. Okay, so busy road as well. Okay, so you can see I've been up and down a couple of times. I'm not going to film anymore because I think that's enough of me going up and down. But basically, we'll have a look at what the difference is now. Okay, so I'll take this off a tripod, we'll have a quick look at that. Okay, so you can see where I've been, and it's basically chopping it all up into a sort of fine pulp. I'm taking it right down to a root level, or about an inch above the root. So if you look at the contrast here, we've got the stuff that I haven't done yet. Some of it's gone over, you can still see the brambles in it. And then this over here is all mulched up. I won't stop the brambles. The only way to stop that is to spray it, but can't spray this out because it'll kill all the rest of the wildflowers. So anyway, my job is to finish all this, and I'll do that in the next day or so. Cheers. See you all later then. That's conservation work really that farmers don't always get credit for, but as you probably realise now when you watch what I do, it's quite a big part of what I enjoy doing here. Right then guys, back on the tractor for me. See you later. finished now. I left off yesterday, got too wet. Come back here, I've been here a few hours now, trimming it. Very slow with this thing. Ideally you'd probably do it with the topper, but this does a really good job at mulching it all up. So I'm nearly finished. Just saw a buzzard, as you probably just saw. It's quite nice. They were flying down while I was doing this, trying to get to the any little sort of field mice and stuff that are in the grass, which kind of shows you why I'm doing it, really, because not only do the buzzards like the field mice, but so do the barn owls, which is why it stays grass instead of scrub. We'll have a look when I've finished. I haven't got much longer to do. Alright, over and out. There we go, that's it. So that's my work on the common done for another year. Ooh. And just watching people go driving by watching me. We'll have a quick look at the, what it's like now, and I'll just show you the plaque at the end. Okay, so there's the common looking pretty good. All cleared of vegetation now, and here's what it's done under. These are pretty old plaques now, under country stewardship scheme first of all, and then higher level stewardship. I put these up probably 20 years ago, that one, getting on, and I'll be looking after it that length of time. It does look pretty barren now, but I can assure you we'll come back and have a look in the summer and see what it looks like when it comes to life, because it's an oasis of wildflowers out here. So anyway, I'm packing up now and I'm heading off back to the farm. In the meantime, just over there is another one of those trees that I've saved, trimming around an oak tree. Just shows you what you can do. Right, that's it. Time to go. There you go. So it is quite bare now. I can still see the buzzard flying up there. It is to try and keep the brambles off it, really, more than anything, because they're the first thing that come in scrubland. And it is incredible, really. I've left a bit wild at the back, so it's not all bare. If you look over there, I've left an area which I haven't touched for some wildlife cover. But it is amazing how, if you didn't manage land, how it would very quickly resort to woodland. And in fact, you know, the British landscape is quite an artificial landscape, really, because at the end of the day, you create the hedgerows from clearing the trees and making fields to grow crops in or have animals. And the hedgerows are only there because of the animals. So you kind of created a landscape that's not natural. It wouldn't take long for it all to revert back to forest, really. You know, here we go, there's a little bit. There's one plant from summer there. Right, better pack up and go.